Are you a Nigerian seeking Canadian visa sponsorship with work permit? Well, this video is for you. I've had a lot of complaints from people who have been scammed of their hard-earned money in the name of seeking opportunities to relocate to Canada and even other countries. But what's the point of getting scammed of your hard-earned money when you can go through this process by yourself? Well, before I go into the details, let me just make this clear to you that it is possible for you to get a job that sponsors you traveling to Canada or any other countries, be it UK, USA, Australia, and other countries. It depends on how depends on how you are able to strategically apply for these jobs, right? Most people just apply for anyhow jobs without looking into the details, without considering the important things before applying for this job. Well, you are a Nigerian and you are seeking for job opportunities that allows you travel to abroad and you are being sponsored by your employer, then this video is for you. Most of you must have heard of sponsorship work visa, LMIA jobs, skilled workers jobs and the likes. Well, I'm here to explain the details and how to go about it with you. But before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, like this video, and at the end of this video, I want you to share with people that this information is going to help, because I know it's going to help a lot of people from getting scammed and from knowing the right steps to take on how to get Canadian visa sponsorship with work permit, right? And here are the general steps to take if you are seeking this kind of opportunities. You're seeking for a job opportunities where the employer sponsor your relocation to Canada and this makes your relocation even much more easier and better, right? The first thing you need to do is to find a Canadian employer, right? And where do you find a Canadian employer? We have different online job platforms that you can make use of. We have Indeed, we have LinkedIn, we have you can even check out the company website. You can check recruitment agencies, legit ones where you can apply for this kind of jobs. Attached under this video, I'll put the link for legit platforms that you can go through aside the ones that I've mentioned. And trust me, if you can make use of this platform, you should be able to get positive feedbacks. But it doesn't end there. Number two, you have to secure a job offer, right? Start applying for jobs that matches your skills and qualifications and experience. The problem is that a lot of people apply for jobs with the wrong CV. Let's say that the CV that you are using to apply for let's say you are trying to apply for a product management role, and you are using a CV that focuses more on sales. They don't align. You have to make sure that the CV that you're using, it matches that skills and qualifications that they need, so that you don't keep wasting your time applying for different jobs and you are getting zero responses. I've helped a lot of people to create a Canadian standard CV and they have gotten positive responses. And another thing you should notice that we are talking about Canada, so you have to use a Canadian standard resume. It's Canadian standard, because different countries have different standards. So you can't just use a CV to just be applying for every jobs. There are ways by which these things are being done. As a career expert and a career coach, I can emphatically tell you that you need standard resume for each country. Where we have some country that uses the same standard, but then when it comes to Canada, they take their things kind of serious, and their CV must be ATS standard. So you see why you have to make sure that your CV is of standard. And when your employer is pleased with your applications, they go ahead to interview you. One of the things that you're doing the right thing is that you are being offered interviews by your employer. And once you are interviewed, you secure the job offer. Then let's go to the next step. In most cases, the employer needs to obtain an LMIA from ESDC, the Employment and Social Development from Canada. So the LMIA is what impacts the assessment of the hiring process for for employing a foreign candidate. The employer must have demonstrated the effort to hire Canadian citizens or permanent citizens before offering the job to a foreign worker. So they must have showcased, they know how they go about it over there, right? So that is not something for you to bother yourself about. Yours is just to make sure that you have secured the offer and the employers go through the LMIA process, and then the next thing that happens is employers LMIA process is approved. Then that means that you can proceed, with the preparation plan and everything, because you will need this approved LMIA document to also process your own transfer to Canada. So once you have a positive LMIA, you have a valid job offer, then you can proceed to apply for your work permit. That is the next thing you do. You start applying for a work permit using all these documents, the LMIA approved document and your valid job offer from your employer. And then note that you need to have a valid job offer, LMIA approved in the document. Don't be scammed. This is where a lot of people get scammed. They just tell you to pay money that they will know how to do it. You have to be sure that yes, there's a valid job offer. Don't just accept anything and waste your money. And yes, during the work permit application processes, there are some fees that you might need to pay. Yes, they're going to demand. It's something that you can do by yourself. Just go to IRCC portals to do all this processing. So there are fees that are associated with the work permit. So you need to pay for the work permit processing fees, biometric fee if it's applicable, right? Make sure you also pay these fees as required, right? It's not that you are paying for your relocation to Canada. You're just going to pay these fees, they are just the basic things that you might need to pay for. And after submitting your work application, you need to be monitoring your application from time to time, because they might need any more documents, or you might need to check for more information or anything. So you might need to keep checking your application from time to time. The date or the when they will respond to you varies, so it depends. So just be checking your application dashboard from time to time. And it is after this, when your work permit is approved, then that is when you can start processing your relocation processing to Canada. So your work permit has to be approved first, and then you start doing the processing, and then you are on your way to Canada. The work permit, you can travel to Canada and start working for your employer over there, right? And more importantly, you know that the IRCC, that Immigration, Refugees, Citizenship Canada, IRCC, they keep updating their information from time to time. So I would also encourage you to also visit the website, just in case they have updated the information, apart from the one I shared today, so that you can be very sure that, okay, this is the latest information. But more importantly, the most important thing is for you to first of all secure a job offer. And how do you do that? Make sure that you have a standard Canadian CV format, apply rightly, and then you secure offer and other things follows. So don't forget. And if you need somebody to help you to create a Canadian standard CV format, or you need my career coaching services, then feel free to reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you. But these are the processes. There's no hidden charges, no hidden fees. These are the processes that it takes. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let anybody scam you. These are the things that you can also process by yourself. But till then, I hope this helps somebody out there. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel,
like this video, share, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all, and please feel free to comment your questions or anything you'd like me to talk about. I remain your favorite coach, Gabby. Bye.